Good evening. I'm John Iavino, Director of Student Affairs at Norwich Free Academy, and we welcome you to this evening's Class of 2025 Application Process Workshop. Now, we know that for lots of families, this is a very exciting time in their lives as their child, youngster, is registering for high school. This may be your first child in high school, or maybe your second or third. So we look forward to providing information for you this evening, recognizing that if you have questions throughout the evening, that you may type them into the chat box and we'll respond to them at the end of this program. So we look forward to you receiving information, beginning the application process. So we look forward to the Class of 2025 Wildcats.
Good evening, everybody. And again, thank you for joining us this evening for our presentation on the process for applying to become a student at Norwich Free Academy. We are so glad that you have chosen NFA as the place that you want to be for the next very important 4 years of your academic life. My name is Mr. Bryant Sheldon, and I am the principal of the Cranston House, otherwise known as the ninth grade house here at NFA. Many of you probably attended our virtual open house session back in December when we reviewed all of what NFA and the ninth grade experience has to offer for students and their families. If you have any questions about the ninth grade house or the experience, feel free to contact me directly. You can put them in the chat and we'll see if we can get to them later on in the presentation. Or we also have a very robust website that Ms. Vacatura will be reviewing with you during this presentation that may also have some of the answers to your questions. Please feel free to review our NFA school website as often as you would like. And you can also check out our social media presence. We have a Facebook page as well as Twitter and Instagram accounts. Feel free to follow us on any or all of those platforms. So anyways, I do look forward to hearing from all of you in the near future. At this time, however, I would like to turn it over to our Director of School Counseling, Jessica Vacatura, who will begin reviewing with you the next steps that you will need to take to begin your journey at Norwich Free Academy. Ms. Vacatura.
Thank you. And again, thank you for joining us for this evening's informational session. And as many things are different and new this year, so is our process for 8th grade students to apply to attend the Norwich Free Academy. And as both John Iavino and Bryant Sheldon mentioned, we're very excited that you are making NFA a choice high school for you and for your child. So I am going to walk you through our website. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see where you go to gather the information you need for the next steps and where you go to ask questions you might have. Okay, so if you come to the NFA website, which is nfaschool.org, it's going to bring you right to this website here. And there's lots of information here. I will come back and bring you over to Why NFA, but I'm going to start over here with this tab that says Apply. By clicking on Apply, it's going to bring you to the site where it says Let's Get Started. And this has all of the information that you would need to begin your application process at NFA. If you look on the right-hand side with the timeline, you can see that our application process has opened and will remain open. Step 1 will remain open until about February 15th. There are 3 steps to the process. The first step, as mentioned here, is to start the application. We would welcome you to do that anytime now. I would suggest that if you're considering NFA and haven't made a final decision yet, that you still do apply with us because you can withdraw that application at any point. It's more difficult to try to begin the process after some of the deadlines have ended. So when you're ready to begin the application, you would click here, Apply Now, and this is going to bring you directly to a SchoolMint website. Now, if you are a student who attends a school that already uses SchoolMint, for us, that's typically students who are in the Norwich public school system, you can go ahead and use your account that you already have. For everyone else who has never created a SchoolMint account, you're going to click here at Sign Up. And this is going to take you step by step on how you begin the process. The first application piece is basic demographic and personal information. You will get a notice once you've submitted that application to us, that letting you know that we will reach out to you when we're ready to move your application on to step 2. Now, step 2 is called register. We expect step 2 to be open around February 15th, and that will remain open until about March 1st. So register is going to ask a little more detailed information to help us better plan for your child as they begin NFA. Once you've completed step 2, which is register, you will then, shortly after March 1st, get a notice to move on to our last and final step, which is to begin to select classes for attending NFA. You will receive a specific email with personal logon information, with PowerSchool information, so that you can go directly into our NFA PowerSchool system to choose your elective courses. Now, you might be thinking, how do I know what courses to take? How will I know what academics to take? Down here, if you click on this button, it's going to take you to our online 9th grade catalog. Now, if you're attending one of our partner district schools, you should have already received a hard copy of that catalog. They were delivered to all schools last week. I'm going to take you here. This is that same 9th grade catalog, but available to you online. So when you take a look at the course descriptions, there's a box here that lets you know what courses all 9th grade students will take. Every 9th grade student will take English, history, mathematics, science, wellness, and then you will choose electives. So the NFA team works very closely with the current 8th grade team, as well as reviewing, which I'll talk a little bit more about, the high school placement test results to determine the best start for a student in the 4 core academics. Every student also takes wellness for 1 semester. That's a combination of PE and health. Now, for our core academics, we have about 3 levels, a little bit more in math. And sometimes students come in needing a little bit more academic support, and they might be recommended for some of those 2-level classes that build more supports in. We have our college preparatory level classes, and then we have our honors level classes. And it doesn't have to be all or nothing. A student could be recommended for an honors English, but a college prep, math, science, and history. Or somebody could be recommended for all honors or for all college prep. You will receive those recommendations from the NFA team sometime in May or June before the school year ends, so that if you have any questions, you're able to ask those. If you scroll down, you can see the descriptions of all of the various courses. So if you click Honors English, you'll see the description of that class. If you click our English 1, you'll see a description of that class. And these are the 2 different levels, 4s and 2s. And you can do this for every subject area as you go down the line. You'll see for wellness, there are 3 choices that a student could choose. They would get one of those 3 choices. I'm going to slide over to the electives tab. Now this lists all electives open to grade 9 students. So you can see I'm filtered all, so I can see everything here, but I can go by subject. For example, I'm interested in what are the career and technical education electives I could take as a 9th grader. Well, I could take Intro to Bake Shop. What is that all about? I'm going to click on this and it's going to give me a description. Or I want to take Inventions and Innovators. Let's see what this is. And I see I get a half a credit and it lasts 1 semester. So this information is important as you're choosing courses when you get to that step 3 of our process, because as we said, you can choose up to 2.5 credits of electives. Now, 1 credit for most students is going to be a world language. NFA requires that all students earn 1 credit in a world language to graduate. So we highly recommend that students start out with world language in 9th grade. And you can see here the various languages that we offer. You do not have to have any experience in any of these unless you're choosing a native speakers class to take the language. So that would be 1 of your 2.5 credits of electives. And now you still have 1.5 left to choose from. So if we go back to those electives, you could maybe take Going Green, which is a half credit course. Now I have 1.5 left. I might want to take Aquarium Science, which gives me another half a credit. And then maybe I'm involved in the choir and I want to, or the concert band, I play an instrument. Then I'm going to take this class as 1 credit, and I've chosen all my classes. We will give you discrete directions on how to go through this. I just want you to be able to use this website for resources. You can see up at the top here, if you want to get a bigger picture of what's available at NFA, there's a full list of courses for all grades. You can click here to see what advanced placement courses we offer, what college credit courses we offer, and our honors programs. So this website is going to be extremely beneficial to you.
Yes, Dr. Kerr, if I may, just wanted to mention that while world language is considered an elective, that it is a graduation requirement also to have 1 credit of world language, which is why we do prefer to have our students come in and getting that 1 credit done within the freshman year. It also provides them opportunities, should they love the language and continue on with it, opportunities to go up to level 2 and then possibly an AP course.
Thank you. I'm going to take you to another tab, Why NFA. And this is another area that has a lot of resources for you. As you see, you can get over to apply here as well. But if you haven't had a chance to watch our virtual open house video, you can click on it here and watch it anytime. This gives you a few stats regarding NFA, and then it also breaks down for you if you're interested in particular areas such as athletics. You can see a short clip specifically regarding athletics. If you're interested in the arts, again, you can see a clip related to the arts. So this is another great resource. I'm going to talk for a couple of minutes now about the high school placement test. So NFA requires that all students take the high school placement test before they enter NFA. In a normal year, we would use those results along with SBAC and academic report cards from 7th and 8th grade and collaboration with the current 8th grade team. This year, we will not have SBAC scores because most schools were not able to do that in 7th grade. So this is not a test that students need to study for. This is a test to give us an idea of where some of their strengths are and helps us place them in the academic levels that will challenge them as well as they should be able to see success. So most schools will be offering the high school placement test during the month of March at their school. The Norwich Public Schools, the 2 Norwich Middle Schools, are not offering it at their school. So when you begin the NFA registration process, you will be prompted to choose a Saturday test date to come to NFA to sit for the high school placement test. Now, if your school is offering it, we would expect that you would take it at your school. And if you have any questions regarding the high school placement test, you can reach out to myself or Bryant Sheldon at any point, and we're happy to answer those. Your current 8th grade team is also very aware of the high school placement test, and they also may be able to be a resource if you have questions. And again, I'm going to reiterate what I said in the beginning. If you are considering NFA, I would strongly suggest that you begin the application process because it is easier to withdraw an application at any point during these steps than to try to come in as the application process is going on. I hope that helped to answer some of your questions. I'm going to turn it over now back to Mr. John Iovino to talk a little bit about some upcoming opportunities.
Thank you, Jess. I'd like to take a moment and talk about co-curricular activities at NFA, namely clubs, activities, athletics, marching band, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So first of all, if you're interested in participating in athletics at Norwich Free Academy, you will be invited to attend a athletic orientation evening in the springtime. It might be virtual at this point in time, or it might be live, but you'll get the invitation. When you attend, you'll get all the information you need about how to sign up for sports, how to get logged on to the parent ID school ID system that will have you'll download medical records, etc. will make it very easy for you to participate in athletics. You'll hear presentations from our athletic director, from some of our coaches, and from our athletic trainer and medical center in regards to medical information that's necessary to participate. So that would be forthcoming in the springtime. If you're interested in marching band, trust me, you'll be hearing from our marching band instructor. We're very fortunate to have a robust marching band, color guard, that participates in the fall and actually begins in the summertime with band camp. In terms of clubs and activities, we will be hosting a fair, an activity fair in the fall for all ninth graders, actually for all students to attend, to learn about the opportunities to join one of many 70 clubs and activities available at NFA. So those are the co-curricular activities that you can be involved in. Mr. Sheldon will talk about some of the summer opportunities that will lead into co-curricular and other activities. Mr. Sheldon.
Thank you, Mr. Iovino. Yes, so when you register, it's very important that we please get extremely accurate contact information from you in terms of email addresses, mailing addresses, and also the best phone number. And I know that some of those change often, so if you could keep us up to date on those once you apply and register, we would appreciate that. Over the summer, you will be getting a direct mailing. All incoming ninth graders will be getting a direct mailing about our Wildcat Beginnings program. The ninth grade experience here at NFA is very proud of its ability to help transition students, whether you're coming from a Norwich public school or some of our smaller districts outside of Norwich. And the Wildcat Beginnings program was designed specifically to help students transition to the NFA campus prior to their first official day as a ninth grader. So please be on the lookout for that, as well as as Mr. Iovino mentioned, the marching band summer opportunity. And we also have, for our athletes, we have offered in past summers a summer conditioning program as well for our athletes. So lots of stuff coming up, and that's why it's very important that we do have contact information for you, but also that you just keep checking back at our website where we do constantly post new updated information, as well as our social media pages. So Ms. Vakator, if you wouldn't mind, just in one brief summary, if I'm a brand new parent, I've never even looked at NFA yet, the website that I should go to start my research is what again?
It is nfaschool.org, and click the box that says apply, and it will walk you through everything. And I do want to mention, as both John Iovino and Bryant Sheldon said, if you choose to attend NFA, that NFA experience does not start on the first day of school. It starts as soon as you choose NFA. You will get information from us, emails from us regarding different programs that we offer, whether the programs are virtual or in person. We do a lot to transition you to NFA. So the sooner you make your decision to attend NFA, the more information you will get from us. I'm going to end by...
Well, Jess, if I could add,
Mr. Iovino,
I'm going to head off a question that I know people are probably typing in right now. Question is going to be, number one, can my child's shadow spend a day at NFA? Question number two, can we take a tour of NFA? Because normally we would be having open houses, information sessions that parents new to NFA would have a chance to tour the campus. So the answers are, we hope, on both, that in the future that we'll be able to host shadows to come to NFA, but because of COVID at this point in time, we cannot do that. And the same applies for campus tours. So stay tuned. The world is changing. Vaccine is out. Some of us already have it. Some of us are waiting. We hope to be able to have shadows and tours available before the end of the school year. So thanks, Jess.
Thank you. And all of our contact information for the three of us is located on the NFA website where I took you. Once you click apply now and you're on the page that says let's get started, at the bottom of that page is all of our contact information. You can reach out to any of us at any time, as we do expect there will be questions because this whole process is new for everyone. But we do hope you'll take some time now to list some of your questions in the chat, and we will do our best to answer as many as we can. And if we don't have the answer, we will personally get back to you when we do. And again, we want to thank you very much for attending this virtual session to help your student begin their path to NFA.
And we'll close by saying, go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats. And just so you, just so folks know that even though we're going to close this this aspect of it, we are still available for answering questions in the chat. So we are going to sign off here, but we'll still be in part of the chat. All right. Thank you again, everybody. It's a pleasure to speak with you this evening, and we all look forward to meeting as many of you as possible in person as soon as possible. Have a good night.